From the dawn of civilization, battles have shaped empires, and warriors have become the living embodiment of power, strategy, and survival. In ancient Greece, the Spartans were the epitome of discipline and martial skill. Spartan boys were ripped from their families at age 7, trained in the unforgiving agoge, a brutal academy where strength and stealth were prized above all. From the frozen north came the Vikings, fearsome raiders who instilled terror across Europe, but among them, none were more terrifying than the berserkers. In feudal Japan, the samurai were not only warriors but icons of honor and loyalty. Bound by the Bushido code, they lived and died with unwavering dedication. The Mongols were masters of mobility, their cavalry unlike any other. No military force was as organized and disciplined as the Roman legions. The Knights Templar were more than just fighters. They were protectors of the Christian faith. The Immortals of the Persian Empire were a fearsome and well-disciplined force, named for their practice of immediately replacing any fallen soldier to keep their numbers at exactly 10,000. The Janissaries were the backbone of the Ottoman military, Europe's first true standing army. Established to defend against Mughal oppression, the Sikh Khalsa were a brotherhood of warriors dedicated to protecting their faith and people, known for their distinctive turbans and unshakable courage. This elite unit was tasked with protecting the Roman emperor, often becoming embroiled in political intrigue and power struggles within the empire. The Knights Templar were a medieval military order tasked with protecting pilgrims traveling to the Holy Land. Bound by a strict code of honor known as Bushido, the samurai lived and died by their principles. The Immortals were an elite group of 10,000 soldiers in the Persian army, always kept at full strength. Covered from head to toe in armor, these heavily armored cavalrymen were the backbone of the Sassanid Persian military, known for their devastating charges that could break even the toughest of enemy lines. The Norman Knights, led by William the Conqueror, defeated the Anglo-Saxon army at the Battle of Hastings in 1066, changing the course of English history forever. Greek hoplites were disciplined soldiers known for fighting in tightly packed formations called phalanges. The Seljuks, a Turkic empire, were famous for their highly skilled mounted archers, who played a crucial role in their many victories against Crusaders and Byzantines. The Janissaries were an elite corps of the Ottoman military, trained from a young age and loyal only to the Sultan. The Teutonic Order was a German military order that played a crucial role in the Crusades and later sought to Christianize the Baltic region through force. The Parthians were famous for their mounted archers, especially their ability to shoot accurately while retreating, a tactic that devastated Roman legions. Swiss pikemen were renowned for their use of long pikes and their tightly packed phalanx formations, which made them nearly impervious to cavalry charges. The Apache warriors of North America were expert trackers and guerrilla fighters, using their knowledge of the terrain to outmaneuver larger, better-equipped forces. Celtic warriors were known for their fearlessness in battle, often fighting naked to intimidate their enemies. While famed for their horse archers, the Mongols also had heavily armored cavalrymen who could charge into enemy ranks and cause devastating damage with their lances. The English longbowmen were the bane of French knights during the 100 Years' War. Napoleon's Imperial Guard was the elite force of his army, fiercely loyal and known for their bravery. Zulu impis were highly disciplined units of warriors who used short, stabbing spears and large shields to overwhelm their enemies in close combat. Armed with steel weapons and armor, Spanish conquistadors like Hernán Cortés and Francisco Pizarro conquered vast empires in the Americas with only a handful of men, aided by superior technology and native allies. The Korean Navy, led by Admiral Lee Sun-sin, used turtle ships, iron-plated warships that could ram enemy vessels and unleash devastating cannon fire during the Imjin War. The Varangian Guard were Viking mercenaries who served as the personal bodyguards of the Byzantine emperors. The French Foreign Legion is made up of soldiers from all over the world who serve in the French military. The Cryptia were a secretive group of young Spartan men tasked with controlling the Helot population through terror and assassination, a crucial part of maintaining Spartan dominance. Moro warriors in the Philippines fought fiercely against Spanish and American colonial forces, known for their bravery and the use of traditional weapons like the Kris sword. The Persian army used war elephants to trample enemy soldiers and create chaos on the battlefield, a tactic borrowed from their Indian neighbors. Charlemagne's Carolingian knights were the foundation of his empire's military success, combining heavy cavalry tactics with deep religious fervor as defenders of Christendom. The Khmer Empire's army was crucial in defending the vast city of Angkor Wat, using advanced strategies and war elephants to keep invaders at bay. Known for their kilts and claymores, Scottish Highlanders fought fiercely for their freedom from English rule, most famously during the Jacobite rebellions. The Taiping Rebellion in China saw a religious movement turn into one of the deadliest conflicts in history, with the rebels employing innovative military tactics against the Qing dynasty. The Rajputs of India were fierce warriors known for their code of chivalry and honor, often fighting to the death rather than surrendering to invaders. The lance masters of Eastern Europe, the Sarmatians, were known for their heavily armored cavalry, whose long lances and mobility made them a dominant force on the battlefields of Eastern Europe. The emperor's protectors, the Praetorian Guard, served as the personal bodyguards of Roman emperors. Gladiators were professional combatants who fought for the entertainment of Roman audiences, often to the death. Despite their status as slaves, they were admired for their bravery and fighting skills. The spearmen of Alexander the Great, armed with long spears called sarissas, the Macedonian phalangites, were key to Alexander the Great's military success, forming impenetrable walls of spears in battle. The wild riders of the steppe, the Cossacks, were fearsome horsemen from Eastern Europe and Russia, known for their raids and lightning-fast attacks. The elite soldiers of Tenochtitlan Aztec Eagle Warriors were elite military units dedicated to the sun god Huitzilopochtli. The immortal guardians of Qin Shi Huang, the Terracotta Army, was created to guard the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. Women of war, according to Norse sagas, shield maidens were women who fought alongside men in battle, displaying courage and skill. Armenian cataphracts, heavily armored cavalry, shattered enemy lines with powerful charges in Persian and Byzantine armies. Seljuk cavalry's mounted archers drove the empire's expansion into Anatolia and the Middle East. Bashi bazouks were fierce, unpredictable mercenaries in the Ottoman army, using irregular tactics in battle. The Sacred Band of Thebes was a military unit of 150 male lovers who fought together, believing their bond strengthened them in battle. Gurkhas are legendary fighters known for their fearlessness and the kukri knife, having served in the British Army for over 200 years. The Assyrian army pioneered siege warfare with battering rams and siege towers to conquer fortified cities. Zulu warriors, under King Shaka's leadership, revolutionized warfare in southern Africa with short spears and disciplined tactics. Tibetan warrior monks defended their lands with martial arts and spiritual discipline. Ottoman Sipahis were elite cavalry, serving the Sultan in the empire's expansion. Byzantine cataphracts were heavily armored elite cavalry, skilled in combat and archery. Mamelukes were slave soldiers who became Egypt's rulers, famed for defeating the Mongols at Ain Jalut. Roman auxiliaries were non-citizen soldiers who earned Roman citizenship through military service. Norman crossbowmen were key to William the Conqueror's victory at Hastings with their deadly long-range shots. Scythian horse archers were nomadic warriors famed for their deadly accuracy while shooting from horseback. Genoese crossbowmen were renowned mercenaries known for their precision and powerful crossbows in European armies. Landsknechts were 16th-century mercenaries of the Holy Roman Empire, known for their vibrant attire and skill with pikes and swords. Kern warriors were agile Irish light infantry known for hit-and-run tactics, swiftly harassing enemy formations. The frenzied Norse warriors berserkers were Viking warriors who fought in a trance-like fury, believed to be immune to pain. Masters of the Central Asian steppes, the Kushan Empire's cavalry archers were highly skilled riders and sharpshooters, key to the empire's control over trade routes across Central Asia. Cherokee warriors used guerrilla tactics in the Appalachian Mountains, ambushing enemy forces among the dense forests. Polish winged hussars, famed for their winged armor, were elite cavalry who significantly contributed to the defeat of the Ottoman Empire at the Battle of Vienna. Apache Scouts were U.S. military recruits known for their exceptional tracking and guerrilla warfare skills, vital in conflicts with Native American tribes. French gendarmes. The mounted shock troops of France. The French gendarmes were heavily armored cavalry units that served as the backbone of French armies in the late Middle Ages, known for their powerful charges. The Immortal Warriors of France. Napoleon's Old Guard was his most elite unit, composed of veteran soldiers who were feared by enemies. Ninjas were covert agents in feudal Japan, skilled in espionage, sabotage, and assassination. Kamikaze pilots in World War II sacrificed themselves in suicide attacks, viewing it as an ultimate act of loyalty to the emperor. Boer commandos were agile guerrilla fighters who effectively used hit-and-run tactics during the Boer Wars against the British Empire. The Swiss Guards are an elite unit protecting the Pope and Vatican, known for their colorful uniforms and unwavering loyalty. Palestinian Fedayeen are guerrilla fighters in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, seen as both freedom fighters and terrorists, depending on perspective. Maori warriors are fierce fighters known for their haka war dance, which intimidates enemies. The Khmer Rouge were ruthless guerrillas who led Cambodia's brutal revolution in the 1970s under Pol Pot. The Equites were the cavalry class of the Roman Republic, serving as elite soldiers and military officers who could afford horses and equipment. Russian Cossacks were skilled horsemen loyal to the Tsar, often deployed to suppress rebellions and fight in key battles.